That's a good question. I think there's a dearth of material that they haven't explored yet. There's a lot of Poe stories that haven't been approached, and the same goes for Lovecraft, and not for want of trying. I mean, I would probably bet that every Lovecraft and Poe story probably has a script or 2 or 3 out there somewhere, for good or for worse. The difficulty a lot of the time is how to adapt those things, because what's on a page in a short story is not, especially with Lovecraft, is not always easy to transform into a plot-driven story. Lovecraft is very atmospheric, and sometimes nothing particularly happens in the story, but a sense of dis-ease, and so that's difficult to sort of tell a story where really maybe there isn't one, and it wasn't the point in the first place. So, and there have been some bad ones where, you know, people say it's Lovecraft or people say it's Poe, and it bears no resemblance to it. So
I recently watched the Dunwich Horror. Has anybody seen that movie?
the old one?
Yeah, the old one. Was there a new one? Did they remake that?
Yeah, they just tried to remake it. I'm in it, actually. I'm in it, actually.
How did I not know that? That's such an embarrassing moment.
Well, there's a reason you don't know it.
Oh, I didn't know that they remade that. Did they keep true to the, because
No.
That's good, because I was not a fan. Because I read the story, The Dunwich Horror, and I saw the movie, and I thought, it doesn't really, I don't know, I just didn't get it. You know, there was too much of a disconnect between the story and the movie.
Was that in the 60s that movie was shot? Yeah, a lot of drugs going on.
How was this? How was your Dunwich Horror different than the first Dunwich Horror?
A lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. Can I rent it or send me over a copy?
I shot mine in Louisiana, and I was really confused while we were shooting it because Miskatonic University was right down the road, and I'm going, hello, but Miskatonic is in Arkham, Massachusetts, so how is it down the road in Louisiana by the bayou? And you know, I didn't really get a very, I didn't get a good answer to that one. Dean Stockwell, who was in the original, and he's also in mine playing a different role. Actually, I played his role that he did in the first, and I asked him about the original. And what do you know, tell me about it. And he goes, dude, man, I don't even remember.
He was surprisingly, he's a fantastic actor, but he was surprisingly like one note on the movie. Was he just stoned the whole time, or what?
He didn't remember a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so can I get a copy of that and watch it, or?
I don't have a copy. I've never seen it, actually.
Did it come out on DVD?
Uh-huh.
Have any of you seen it?
I think we're going to have to.
How was it? What?
Sci-Fi Channel, right.
Oh.
Right. It was one of those, make the movie and we'll broadcast it first on Sci-Fi Channel, and then we put it out on DVD, and no one raised their hand. There won't be a sequel. Okay. Yes.
Well, let him ask.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, the last question I had was, if you track the input of Empire Pictures / Full Moon, it seemed like back in the old days of American International and Allied artists, they had full actors that they were working from the sort of mix and match different projects, especially after Castle Freak and Pit the Pendulum and From Beyond and Re-Animator. Did any of the other directors like David Schmaler or Ted Nicolau come looking for you guys for different projects?
Yeah, that's a good question. No, they didn't, actually.
Yeah, I remember Stuart, at the time we did Castle Freak, because we had done 2 years before Pit the Pendulum, and Stuart was going like, dudes, I'm going to make you the next Lugosi and you the next Karloff or something like that. And he wanted to, you know, do an American International thing, but never really, for some reason with the bands, it just never really came about.
You know, the other thing is that those directors had their own little group of actors that they liked, and maybe they saw us as Stuart's people and didn't want to infringe upon that. I really
It's a funny business. Who knows?
I mean, I've met those guys, and they're really great, but you know, for whatever reason, it just didn't.
I mean, look at John Carpenter upstairs. He's worked with all those guys over and over again. So I think a lot to tend to work with the people that they like and they know and they trust, and
I auditioned for Christine.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Otherwise, you would have been up there with those people.
Well, 2 years later, I got Re-Animator, so that's okay.
Well, there you go. There
Yay.
it is.
We can take one more question, guys.
With improv?
Improv.
With
Well,
improv,
actually, there was very little improv. with
yeah,
the
as we
cat.
were saying, we didn't have so much improv.
You mean the scene where we're chasing the cat around in the basement? That was actually quite choreographed. Bruce and I, if I remember correctly, went down there together and said, okay, we're going to start in this. Why don't you take the croquet mallet and hit that, and then we'll see it over there, and then we'll go over there, and then we'll jump behind, and then it's behind us, and then we actually did plan it out to get gooses and jumps and contrast going. And it's actually kind of difficult because there is no cat. There never was a cat. It's all a swinging light and our reactions to pretending to hear the cat. And so it's all sound design, camera work, and actors creating an event that's really not there. So yes, there was some improvisation, but mostly Bruce and I, just laid that out.
And it looks so good, really.
Yeah.
It looks so natural. It didn't look choreographed.
The only thing that I did improv and put in myself, a couple things, was when I'm talking with Bruce and I say, "Do you think that he's dead now?" I mean, that was the script. Do you think that he's dead now? And he would say, yeah. So we put in, do you think that he's dead now? And he didn't answer. And do you think that he's dead now? Just to sort of goose it a little bit. And I think the head on the letter pin, that was mine. I thought of that, just kind of the head not standing up and then seeing that.
Was that already on the set, or did you ask for that to
No,
put
that was on the set, and I went, hey, I see what I can do here with my props. So.
Before you guys go, if there's any way we can get you three to stand up and let everybody take a picture.
Sure.
And first of all, honestly,